she promised me, never lie to me. I think it must be you.
Linda Lim presents Could Be You TV.
I just want to say I support that.
Thank
Keep
you.
hustling, keep
Thank
working,
you.
keep doing what you're doing. I support that in any way, shape, or form. You know,
Well, I'm the Naked Cowboy. It could be you, TV. I'm the Naked Cowboy. Look at my boobies.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Or hers.
Hi.
Good evening.
Thank you for all joining us. Do you have anything to say? Like, hi.
Oh,
Are you happy
hello.
to see our fans at Could Be You TV
Hi.
tonight?
Hello.
Anyway, we'll say hello for Chrissy. Welcome. As you see, the trio is here. I'm so excited. I miss my girlies.
It's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're getting settled in. You know, we're going to have this, girl talk. Anybody that has, something to say, would like to say to us, you can always go on the Facebook, or Could Be You TV, or Strong Island TV.
Or you can call in at 516-945-9099. That's 516-945-9099. I think the
But I
number is
heard-
going to appear on the
Yeah,
screen.
but you
Yeah.
better be nice, or I'm
Ooh.
gonna come and get you.
Oh.
Well, thank you once again. Thank you. I hope everybody had a great weekend. There's lots to talk about. Once again, Could Be You TV. We're here for you. If anybody is an up-and-coming artist, CEO, entrepreneur, anybody that has a story that would like to share, inspirational, we're here for you. Email couldbeyoutv gmail.com or at couldbeyoutv@lindalyn.com.
Or they can slip into our DMs.
Or you can, I don't know. Can they slid into your DM?
I get
All
too
right.
much.
Oh,
Well, then-
Ignore,
good.
ignore.
Oh no, it could be something fabulous. You don't want to express ignore. It
Well,
could be-
I mean, the thing is, like, you can't just slip into the DM if you're not like a friend. I think, right? Isn't that how it goes?
I don't know. No, because some of these
Because
stars.
I see some of these random like messages where like you have to
You have
accept
to allow
them.
it,
And I
yes.
look at them and I'm like, don't know you. Like, no, but
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? So this is what I do.
Yeah.
I have to see who is this person that's sliding into my DM.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I appreciate everyone who follows me and everybody who's, but I cannot follow back every person, I just can't do it because I need to, be relevant with more or less what I'm doing. I want to be
demographic.
able, right. So, so if I see that somebody from, I don't know, has 6 followers and 0 posts, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to answer
doesn't
because
seem real.
it doesn't seem
to
real.
say
There's
it.
nothing really, it's not. It doesn't look business-like. Already how they approach you. I'm not about to have conversations. Through the DM. If it's
Conversations.
if it's business, you email.
Email.
So,
Well, not to mention if you click on one of those profiles that randomly likes you and you go in and it says exotic girls and
What is that?
escort service and I'm like, okay,
the-
why are you trying to follow me?
no,
I don't need
but
a girl.
We get that because I get that a lot too. I do.
I don't need no chicks. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
But I know where to send somebody if they do.
If they do want a chick,
It's been happening
Actually,
a lot lately.
I wouldn't send them to them because they've got like 6 followers, like you said, and that's
Yeah,
probably not a good service, I would think.
everyone has to start from somewhere, though. So,
Start from scratch.
I'm an equal opportunity
Yeah.
follower.
If you're starting an
Equal
escort
opportunity.
business, we might actually have you on the show.
Yeah, right. But it has to be like legit, and it
Yeah.
has to be,
Yeah.
in good taste, and okay.
Yes,
So.
fabulous. Oh, hello.
Grandma
we got
Lynn.
some fabulous people already speaking to us on Facebook. So don't forget, leave any comments that you want. We've got some new segments that we're testing out today and for quite a while actually. So if you've got any comments about what you're seeing, any suggestions as well, we've got a list of fabulous guests that are coming up. But sometimes we like to just do girl talk, sitting here pretending this is our kitchen table.
Yes.
And just chatting. So,
Kitchen table is like the size of my actual
I'm afraid.
kitchen.
I'm afraid to have glass around here because
all right.
the pitch of your
It's all
voice
right.
might just break
Don't worry,
them.
don't worry, I was just clearing my throat.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat. So please let us know your thoughts. We certainly have things that we want to hear your input on for sure. And I think one of the first things we want to at least talk about is how was your weekend? How did it go? What have you been doing? What have you been up to?
So, want to start with you?
Yeah.
She has to think about it. Well,
I can't even remember
I
my
know, she
weekend.
can't even remember.
I worked. I was a busy girl this weekend. I did a lot of working.
Okay, where do you work?
I don't really want to tell everybody because you
Oh.
know get some creepers out there.
Okay, well, maybe they can support, though.
No, I got groped on Friday night.
What?
Not happy about it.
Who
and I'm
groped
gonna
you?
Not
You a
gonna-
guy?
old guy, and I don't care who's watching that comes to my job, that knows where I work and knows what I do. I am not a stripper, and I have no problem with strippers. But if I was going to be getting groped, I would hope that I actually was making more money working at a strip club. So,
Maybe
Or at
Time
least,
to
or at
that.
least if they're gonna grope you, at least give you a good tip.
yeah, and they
Make it
didn't even.
rain.
I was very uncomfortable. It's not okay.
that's
Don't
all
put your
right.
hands on people
Absolutely.
if they're not, your loved one or, expecting it or appreciative.
So how did you respond? With a slap in the face, I hope.
I wish, but I kind of was in shock, and then the person did it when they were saying goodbye. So after
Okay.
it happened, they left, and I was kind of like,
Okay.
okay, not okay.
You know
and I'm
what?
the kind of person, I will tell you, I flipped out on somebody one time. They came up behind me and they put their arms around me,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of were I don't want to say ramming me in the back, but
Manhandling you.
kind of in that way. And I turned around so quick and I said, "Don't you ever effing put your hands on me like that again.
Good.
You don't know me.
Good.
You don't know who I'm with. I do not appreciate it. I don't care who lets you do that to them here. You will not do that to me again."
Preach,
Good.
girl.
And he never did again. Now he's afraid of me. He's
Good.
actually still very nice to me, but
Okay.
Well, now he
I made it
knows.
known.
You know,
He knows.
sometimes they gotta
I
absolutely.
made it known.
Thank you.
Do not touch. Listen, do not touch people if it is unwanted, and you should
Yes.
know if it's wanted or not. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
good.
So that was my
your
weekend.
Oh.
Oh, and then I did go out and I
now
enjoyed
she's
a little bit of
remembering.
drinking. I had a Sunday fun day as well, which
Aw.
was my one day off the whole week from everything that I do. So,
Interesting.
What did you
and
do,
how about
dear?
you, loves?
Well, because I am this fabulous person that I am.
Okay.
And so we were under construction, or we are still under construction in my home.
your house is.
Head's getting
My-
long.
Not,
yeah.
not us. Not yet.
Well, and
Well.
I'll explain to you why.
Mm-hmm.
So, as many of you know, and you know who've been to my home,
Mm-hmm.
I have or had a recording studio in my basement,
Mm-hmm.
which consisted of a nice recording booth. I had my Pro Tools setup. I had everything, and because I am the greatest sister of all time,
You made a
we,
room.
we converted into a room for my brother,
Oh.
who
Hi.
Who
Hi,
is-
baby.
Love you, Brillo.
who was kind of homeless, and I felt sorry,
Okay,
and
don't put
so
his business out there. OMG.
No,
Sorry,
he's just a
Fabian.
nomad. He's just a nomad. He just,
Sorry, Fabian.
it just worked out. Listen,
Okay.
I practically raised my brothers, and they know that I'm like their second mom, and I would do
Okay.
anything for them.
There you
And
go.
he's kind of getting back on his feet
Good.
and doing the right thing. And I just knew in my heart that I can't have him sleeping in my sofa for another year like he has in the past.
Oh, good Lord.
So I was like, something's got to change. Being that now with technology and everything that's going on and all the upgrades, I knew that not that I didn't need or want my booth, but I knew that I could be without it and do other things in order. So I decided to move my whole equipment and everything else into what I call my white media room. And with the bright ideas that I have, I said, we're going to convert this for you. So Fabian, you owe me for the rest of your life.
you better come on the show
Every
and let us do a
weekend.
makeover.
Yes, we still need to do that makeover.
I'm still
We're
confused
cutting that
as
hair.
to why he needs a makeover.
He's not a bad-looking guy. We need to just take care of that
His hair. It's a big, overgrown Brillo pad.
Can I say, Fabian,
I do have fun. I do have
told
fun
you,
busting his chops on
There
it.
is nothing wrong with your hair. You need a trim on the sides, and that's it. Because you know
Loretta.
what? Boys with hair like that, they can let it grow. We're
No.
talking to a curly girl. He's a
It's
curly
different.
boy.
It's different. No, it's different.
I disagree, Fabian.
No,
I'm on
and
your side.
he
Yeah,
works.
that's
He has
right.
at a job.
Hi,
He's
Richie.
at a job that is
Richie.
telling him that he needs to get his hair
Well, if it's for
cut.
work, that makes sense.
Yes.
But not because, he
And-
looks like a Rastafarian.
No, not a
Because
rock.
he
No,
that's
not a
not-
Rastafari. No.
He
All
just
right.
needs
You
a
have
little
not seen his
maintenance.
hair.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
What was that on his head? Was
And
that a
he
wig?
has. Yeah, exactly.
That was not a wig.
And
Guys,
he
Fabian,
has
I'm with you, bro.
amazing.
I'm with you.
He has amazing, beautiful blue eyes that
Yes.
you would never ever know he has them, because the first thing that people see when they look at him is they go straight to his hair.
Why is that a bad thing? I'm confused.
Because he needs to be groomed. That's all. Anyway, moving on.
Okay,
How was your weekend, Loretta?
Grooming is very different from he needs a makeover.
He needs to make over.
Do you know what a makeover
It's
is?
to
just
make
a
over.
change. It's just, it's not so much that he looks bad, because he doesn't look bad. He
Yes.
just needs a change. Like, he's doing big changes in his
Yes,
life.
he needs
Okay.
to change.
And I think that in love and in work and in a lot of other things, it's okay to make a change like that.
Okay, but
I
we're
didn't think
talking
I looked
about
bad
grooming.
as a right, but I don't think I looked bad as a blonde. But I think that I look better as a brunette. And
But that's your choice. Was anyone saying to you, "Oh, listen, you really need to change
he
the
said
way
he
you look"?
wanted to do it too. He's just
Fabian, would you like to call in and
Call
maybe
in.
defend yourself here? Because we
Settle
can just keep
this.
talking about this. All we have.
Settle this
Listen, we
dispute.
all have a preference. I'm not saying you have to do it, and I'm not saying you look bad. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying you could be different.
All of us could, darling.
And
All
I
of
don't
us
want to
could.
have to be looking and picking
It's just
stuff off
hair.
his hair. That's why.
Oh,
Anyway, how was your weekend, Loretta? I love you, Fabian.
big sisters, eh? Anyway, listen, I am one of them. So, my weekend, well, I was in Palm Beach for a few days, partying with some friends. Listen, it's Lent, so I'm not drinking. So it's rather difficult to party on kombucha.
I give you credit.
But you know, yeah, kombucha and tea. But my ginger tea is fabulous, so I did drink that.
Put a little CBD in there.
Listen, I keep seeing the CBD. Someone needs to. I need
We need
explanation about what this CBD
yes, we
oil
need
is.
some. Yes, absolutely. We need
Right?
some guidance, and we
Look
need
it
some
up.
enlightening on what this.
is. So yeah, so I basically it was party all week. So I'm now kind of trying to sort of catch up because I did. They were all themed parties as well. So the one in Palm Beach was like a Havana 1940s.
I saw that you had one of
very-
your pictures was very cute.
Yeah, I love the whole fashion. Everyone was dressed to the nines. It was beautiful. And it was on Palm Island where only
Palm
the most
Island.
beautiful homes exist. So I was like, oh, yes, I want to live here.
Don't you love right? When you go away like that, you want to party. You want to
know.
party hardy nice. You know.
Totally. Then came back and did like a 1920s New York party.
Oh, that's what I saw. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, so it's been a good, and then Sunday was just kind of relaxation, trying to get back into reading. Those of you out there with technology, like I'm having a problem with sort of tearing myself away from whether it be the television or my phone or my iPad, and actually get back to reading. Something I used to love so much growing up, and I'm confused as to like I can't
have
can't
ADD.
divide
I
my
can't.
time.
I
If
can't
it doesn't
stand
have
it.
pictures or
can't do
visuals,
reading?
I just can't focus.
Really?
I can't focus. I've read, but I think the last time I read was 50 Shades of Grey, and
Right, unless it had something sexual in it, I don't want.
I think that's for a lot of
that
people.
was a
actually.
very interesting read.
I think that's a lot of people saying that.
I read a lot of Nicholas Sparks' book, but it's funny because like I do like to read, but for some reason I always like feel like I have to read the book and then it has to have a movie so I could see like the visual part.
Yeah.
I'm just a visual person.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with people who don't like to read because people are into
Oh,
different
different,
things.
exactly,
And
yeah.
me, I've always just been interested in cinema
Yeah.
and television, like not even just TV, just the visual,
Right,
like
right, right.
pictures and illustrations.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, like I love to paint, I love to draw.
Yeah.
So for me, it was always really difficult to
You have to
grasp.
bring one of your paintings in.
Yes,
so we
I
can
will.
showcase it.
It was always very difficult to kind of like imagine, like, because there's so much verbiage and there's so much like description.
Yeah.
That like I can't focus on all of it. I'm like, all right,
Okay.
like
See, and for
brown
other people,
eyes, dark.
For
Okay,
other people, that
I'm
is
getting
the
him in-
beauty. That is the beauty of
Right,
reading, because then
right.
it's left to your own
your own imagination.
Yeah,
right.
do you
Which
know
is
what I
great.
mean?
I just am not. I've never been able to like really just sit down and be like, oh, because like she said, like I get ADD. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what's that noise out there? Why are there birds chirping?
I love to read the newspaper though. I
Yeah.
really do. In the morning, that used to be a thing, a
Yes.
newspaper. I don't know what happened
I know,
to it. So
remember
now,
those?
so I guess the first thing you do instead of
Yeah.
opening the newspaper is you open
Get
up your
your
phone,
phone.
and of course I'll get the top stories, and I like to
Yeah.
read that. And then of course your social media is like
horoscope.
your,
That's
it
the
is a
news.
newspaper, So that's
It's
about
very
as much
true.
as reading as I do.
This really is a sign of the times, and it's not even a bad thing. It's just noticing the change and just how much it's affected from where we came from or how we
course.
grew up. It's very interesting.
The new
Anyway,
generation will never know what that was.
What a
They're like,
paperback
do you-
is.
What
Yeah,
that was
they
like.
wouldn't even know what that was. I feel like
Yeah.
in the future, and I want to see that movie iRobot with
Of
Will Smith. And we're gonna be
course.
like that. I'm telling you,
we're
it's
on our
gonna
way.
happen. Yep.
Listen, self-driving cars.
Yep. I don't know
Already
about
doing
that.
it.
But
No, it does because
It's-
my
yeah.
car, when I'm veering off into the other lane and I don't put my blinker on, it puts me back in the lane that I'm in, and I can't stand it, to be honest.
Don't tell
I
me what to
can't
do.
stand it.
I've been
Because
arguing with my car all the time. Don't tell me what to do.
Siri.
It jerks my car though. It's scary. It's a little scary.
This is the
I'm
way
not
of the
gonna
world.
lie.
What is
I don't like it.
1984, George Orwell. Anyone read that one?
I mean, planes pretty much fly themselves.
Exactly. Auto, whatever.
Interesting.
Anyway, we could sit here talking
I know.
all night about, but I
Planes,
think
trains,
it's
and
time
automobiles.
we head into our first segment of the night, and this is one we've done now for I think a couple of weeks, and it's called "Spill the Tea." I hope we have.
Spill the tea, darling.
Hi.
You can come back to us.
Hi.
Technical issues, we don't mind. Can I just apologize for anyone that did not
shit.
hear me yelling my head off before? I didn't turn my microphone on.
But we heard. I think they heard you.
Because I'm so loud
You
and annoying.
admit that echoey voice hard.
it is?
I don't think you need a mic.
Anyway, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful pot of tea. I'm sticking with green tea at the moment. It
Yes.
kind of is the
I
thing
love
that
green
I'm
tea anyway.
in love with.
It's great for your metabolism.
But in England we do a lot of black tea with milk and everything. So I don't drink that very often, even though I grew up drinking that. But yeah, green tea is really my thing because it's just got a lot of health benefits. And of course it has a little bit of caffeine, not too much. She says, talking a million miles to the dozen. But like she needs more caffeine.
Yeah, I definitely don't need any caffeine
When
this time of night.
when I say she, I mean me. But I do love it. I do love a good cup of tea. So with my good cup of tea, before I even go into any of the topics we want to talk about, can we first address once again this whole Jussie Smollett scandal?
This is just.
Child,
this
I
is
don't
just-
know what's going on.
So the update is that all the charges have been dropped.
I know. I heard.
But the prosecution still stands by their accusations.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
And so what did he came to some sort of agreement? He
paid.
He paid to get off scot-free, you think?
Oh, does he
Yes,
have that much
absolutely.
money?
They have, he made a donate, I guess like,
But nobody else. I
wish
never
I
heard
read
of
a little
any
bit
other
more about
celebrity
it.
that had a lot of money and went through trouble ever.
no,
that
it
ever
wasn't-
happening.
It
like-
wasn't like a lot of money. Supposedly it was like $10,000.
Maybe to
Yeah,
kind
but
of
that
cover.
but that was his
No, the check to the guys that,
No. That $10,000 was put up for bonds.
right.
So
He donated it.
Afterwards, he said, I guess after he got off scot free,
Yeah.
he's like, don't worry about those 10 grand. Just that's my, So that's what
That's
they
my
argue about. So
contribution.
now this is the mayor is now actually saying, how much? Do you know how much money it costs to go through all this? And you're talking about
Exactly.
10 grand. So now the mayor is even. That's what they said. That
Yeah.
he's even thinking about suing.
Yes.
No,
him
he's not.
personally.
For
Yes.
the- for
Oh,
the-
no.
for the
I
city.
thought you meant Jussie Smollett because I was going to say
No,
he's
no.
not doing anything in retaliation because he knows
He did it.
he did it. And he just wants it to be wiped clean and
Yes.
everybody
You
forgets.
know what?
Yeah.
What's
That's what he
terrible?
wants.
That I'm like 99.9% sure that he's guilty.
Yeah.
But let's just, you always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. You
Absolutely.
just never know.
Of course, if
but,
it happened,
But I don't like
horrible.
the fact that he said, I wouldn't be my mother's child
I
if I
know.
deep down inside just.
if there was a drop of me that could
Right,
have done that.
really? That's
you
what I
did
didn't
it.
like.
All
didn't like that.
signs. And listen, when it first, I mean,
gonna
there's
have my tea.
nothing that I would ever say that can condone anything like that happening to anybody. So if it really, God forbid, there's that 1% chance that it really happened and he's really being set up or whatever, which we can kind of figure out is not the case, I would feel horrible that his whole life, his whole career has been put on blast like that, and the whole defamation of him as a person. But I mean, come on, there's just so much evidence, and there's so much
Listen, I
speculation.
see a movie already out of this.
Oh, there
because
is.
There
it's
will
just
be.
too-
Of course.
This is like
Maybe he'll be his own.
unheard of.
Maybe he'll be his own part.
No, this
Maybe
is
that's
like
the plan.
unreal. It's really
very-
a real
it's-
story. It's like when they say you can't make this up because oh my god, like.
But
the
also look at the
events.
system. I mean, it just shows how corrupt our system is.
That's the thing. He could get away with it by just paying a bit of whatever.
That's what the mayor was
and
saying.
They're not,
So
sa-
he
they're
was-
not
he's
saying
mad.
they're not saying that there isn't enough evidence. They're not saying that the evidence was tainted or incorrect. They're not saying anything like that at all.
They just
But
said
wait,
it was dropped.
It's very
no,
fishy.
they said because it was his first offense and there was nothing on record. Okay, so you murder somebody for the first time, you
Huh.
get off free because
Right.
it was your first time you murder someone. Like
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
I don't think this is the end of the story, but I
It's
think
not.
right now,
It's unraveling for sure.
Yes.
And right now,
do you think
I
that they're
mean,
going to take him back to the show?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, poor Lee Daniels has just been like on an emotional roller coaster with this whole thing, as well as everybody else, I'm sure. But you know, it's been tough for them, and he's a writer, and I can't imagine that it would be
but-
an easy thing for him to just be like, okay, come
no,
back
but
in, brother.
he's gaining on this too. He's having his little fun too because you saw the previews. Now that they're focusing on like, oh my God, so what's gonna happen
Yeah.
with the new show?
Yeah.
Who's the one that's gonna be, you know? So
Yeah.
now he's like, you know, focus. Okay,
Eh.
so I'm gonna kind of twist
I
this
loved
around
the
a little
show
bit. And
in the
true.
beginning, the first season, and I don't know, after that I kind of lost its luster. But I feel like that way about all shows.
Well, yeah, I think all shows kind of go through that.
I
dip,
watch
right?
it's tough really to get hooked on a show more than one season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, that's just me though.
Yeah.
I
I'll tell you what,
I
I
think
am.
one or two episodes I've watched. I was really never like hooked on it.
It is a good show, and just the whole glamour of it all, and you know, if you ever watch
The
things
music.
like Dynasty and whatever, and yeah, the music is fantastic. So it does grip you in that sense, and just the whole family.
I love Taraji P. Henson, I'm sorry, but she just she makes the whole show. I feel like if she wasn't even
I'm just
on
waiting
the show,
for Game of Thrones. Who's with me?
I never even got into that.
Me neither.
Anybody would like to write
The
in?
first,
Paul?
I did watch the
talk
first
about
couple
Game of
episodes
Thrones?
of that when I saw like somebody having sex
Anybody?
with their sister. I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Listen, stuff like
Can't
that
do
happens
it
everywhere,
anymore.
Not just in the old days.
thank you.
But I tell you what, I am freaking out about at the moment, and kind of loving this whole story with the whole lesbianic action between Mel B and Jerry Halliwell.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that didn't surprise me. I'm sorry, it didn't shock me at all.
I mean,
I never,
you know,
why?
But they
I-
were
I
all
didn't-
pretty.
I
They were all
never-
pretty eclectic and
young and
funky,
fun.
young and touring
But
together.
why wouldn't it
and-
surprise you? Why? Well, it was something like I don't
Look,
know.
she's grabbing her boob right there.
Don't we girl, you know what? Not for nothing, but we as girls, especially when we're close and we do that, we tend to do things like that, and you know.
I
we
made
feel
out.
each
Listen,
other,
I
and-
made out with girls when I was younger, and it's not because I liked girls. We just thought that the guys liked it, so we did it because we knew the guys
they
were
do.
watching.
They do like it.
Exactly. So we didn't. You know, it wasn't like ooh, like you know. When I feel like it's different. Like, and I'm not saying, you know, if you're a lesbian or if you're bisexual, like obviously that's your preference and what you like. But I'm not saying this to because anything can be taken out of context these days, which
Yeah.
is why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
But girls kissing girls, like it wasn't like a big deal.
I don't think
Guys don't kiss other guys
Yeah.
really. I mean, for fun and
Yeah.
because girls like it. Girls would always do that with each other because
It's a girly
it's
thing.
sexy.
It's like
Girls
a-
are sexy. We
That's
all know
it.
we're sexy things,
Yeah.
and you know, like I mean, I'd make out with the two of you if I got if
Ooh.
I got drunk
I
enough.
thought we did already.
Did we?
She
Or
was
was
too,
that just a
she was
dream?
too drunk
Ah,
about that.
shit.
Oh, okay.
Is that the night? Is that the
We
night
can
I
do it.
broke my toe?
Oh yeah.
What were you doing with your toe?
I was trying to keep myself up, but she was
Listen.
leaning in.
But no, I mean, I would have never, you know, I mean, I think what happened was, honestly, I think she was put on the spot.
Yes.
And she didn't know, well, you know, okay, so they already know the truth. Like, do I lie? Do I look stupid lying? So I think she was caught in that moment where she didn't know. She just, to say anything.
But like,
you
what's
know?
funny is this. Like, I get we're talking about it, but like when I saw the
The interview,
the
right?
article. No, I
Okay.
didn't even see the interview.
Okay.
I saw the article and I looked at it for a moment and I thought, who cares?
But that's
It
what I'm
happened in the
saying.
90s.
I mean, I tell
If
you
this
what,
was something that came out
right
in
now.
the 90s,
Yeah, then we would have been more shocked.
we would have been like,
maybe.
oh my God, the Spice Girls are doing
But
it. Like-
also because we were younger and we were kind of growing up with them. Now we're, around
And it
the
wasn't
same
as
age.
But
known.
like, why are they
Yeah.
bringing this up? Like, what's the
Well, because
point?
they're going on tour.
Okay.
Oh, so they're
So
trying to
perfect.
cause. They're trying to cause
Perfect, right? A bit of
interest. They're trying to
interest.
create interest.
Which of course it is. I mean,
Maybe
everyone,
if they make
you know,
out on
Well, look,
stage, I'm
obviously
sure they'll get a
we're
lot more
talking about
tickets.
it, so it caused
Exactly.
interest.
But also, I think as well the concern as well, because Jerry Halliwell is now she's leading a very different life. She's lady of the manor. She's married to some billionaire.
Oh, is
blah,
that what
blah,
it
blah.
is?
So I
She
think
get older.
So it's like, she's not that Jerry anymore. But
I mean, I might still make out with a hot girl, but like.
Listen, we're all a bit swirly.
I'm just kidding.
We're all a bit swirly.
Yeah.
I've done it. Won't stop
Listen.
doing it. So
Woo, Loretta.
hello.
Leave it to Loretta.
Hello.
Ow.
So listen, more lesbianic action. What about bloody what's her name? Rosie O'Donnell talking about the fact that she had a crush on Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Well,
I mean,
Well, funny that you should say that because just
Yeah.
before leaving, I think I was they were interviewing whatever Elizabeth, and
Yeah.
she was saying like there was never, that Rosie actually tweeted saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you took it that way. I
Oh.
thought it was just, like I have a crush on you, I like the way that you are. I don't
Yeah.
think, I think
Not
maybe
a real-
not like a crush that she, like sexually or
Yes.
that, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and so to Miss, she's trying to say, Miss Prissy Elizabeth, I'm so sorry if you took it that way, I think so that's her way that she was like on the defensive saying like, yeah, I had a crush, like we girls
Well,
do,
yeah,
but
I mean,
don't
and they
take
worked
it like,
together.
oh, excuse me,
But another story I don't think is relevant to make it like a. I feel like they're bored right now.
Yes.
So they're gonna take anything they can and make a big spectacle
oh
out
no,
of
you
it.
know what it is? Rosie has a book coming out.
Yeah. She just talked about how her stepdad. No, not her stepdad.
no,
her
is
dad
it Rosie or is it
molested
Elizabeth?
her.
I think I heard it was Elizabeth.
No,
that just-
Rosie, I think has a book.
She's
coming
just coming out with all these things
Yeah.
because she
Elizabeth
wants to
just
generate
said, I saw her
interest.
says, if I ever wrote a book, I swore that I wasn't gonna come back on the View to talk about it.
Okay, I mean,
So-
she's very into God and everything as well. So I don't know if she's Christian or whatever.
You know, my
I I
dad
saw her on The
dated
View.
her sister
Oh,
back in a million years ago.
wow.
My dad dated, and he said that she was so annoying.
Oh, oops.
Well, we know that.
Shocker!
I think that's why America.
She's from Long Island, so.
Oh, she is.
Rosie O'Donnell, yeah.
Okay,
But I
yeah.
actually met, and I have to say, I actually met her once when I was little. The first play I ever went to was Grease on Broadway. Favorite
I
movie,
think you should come
obviously.
back because
And she played Rizzo in the play. And I
Yeah.
remember just waiting out, we were all waiting outside of the theater for her to come out. And it was the first play and the first celebrity autograph I got. I was like little. But yeah,
Nice.
and now she's like completely out of her bird. And I'm
Yeah.
like, God, let me burn that playbook because
Oh no!
No, I know.
It's a good show.
you know what it is? No, I'm talking about Rosie.
Oh, Rosie. Oh, I see. Oh.
Like, back in the day, it was like, yeah, Rosie O'Donnell from A League of Their Own. I was a big
Yeah.
softball player.
She was very funny.
Not big, like, I was big, but I was big into softball. I played for a long time, and
Yeah.
she was in that movie, and I
Yeah.
just remember thinking,
Very
like,
good.
so much of her and Madonna.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of like, Rosie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think she's lost a bit of something, and she's kind of seeking. She's searching
Yeah.
for something else. But anyway, listen. I need to talk about this other thing now. Now, I'm a little. No, I don't know if I'm shocked about this. But I'm a little disappointed that
Perturbed.
she's silly enough to actually talk about this publicly. Cardi B recently admitted that she, as a stripper, when she was stripping, she used to take men home, promise sex for these men, as many strippers do, but then she used to drug them and rob them.
Disgraceful. I mean,
okay. So go ahead.
do you think that she was, like, blowing it out of proportion? Like, maybe they were, like, smoking weed, maybe they were doing blow,
No,
maybe they were
I think she put
together
money or
and then-
whatever in their drinks. They would pass out. She'd take their money
then leave him.
whatever,
Well,
and then,
okay, so according, I guess, once again, as
Yeah.
I'm getting ready, I was listening, I was reading some comments, and she actually posted something that she had wrote saying that now there's a big thing, you know, how people know how she's always been real, and she always says how it is, but sometimes people like to misinterpret and take things out of way, you know.
Out of
She
context.
says everyone, especially in this business, especially in the hip hop, you know, you've had things done in the past that you're not proud of. Sometimes you do or have to talk about it in order to to tell a story of where you are now. She claimed, you have a lot of rappers who talk about how did they sell drugs,
look at
and they were
Jay-Z.
in jail,
mean,
and
people
how they even
probably
murder, they
OD'd
glorify
because of him.
that,
Yeah.
So she's saying that she never did that, and she doesn't believe in glorifying stuff like that. She said she didn't even mean to glorify the things that she's done, and she's not happy about them. Sometimes you did what you have to do. She goes, and at the end she said, and something about, and those men were actually people that she was dating, that or her boyfriends or someone in a relationship, and that they they
she's
were
now covering it
aware,
up now.
right?
Now
They
she's
were
covering it up.
aware, and they
Because
She
knew
knows
what
she
was
could
going
get in
on.
trouble now, so now she's trying to cover it up.
Cardi, no, you were having a moment, having a bit of a rant or whatever, and just kind of spoke your truth, which is fine because we all have skeletons in our closet. However, they weren't dates. If you're a stripper, you have guys that maybe come and see you over and over again because you're an amazing stripper and you're gorgeous. So if you're going to promise them sex, you think they're going to say, no, Cardi. Of course, they're going to go wherever you say. Yes, if you're going to decide to drug them and knock them out or whatever and take their money, you can't say they were dates.
No, I'll tell you right
they
now.
weren't your boyfriends. They weren't anything like that. But there's no reason for you to be talking about that.
Yeah.
Knowing
Don't talk
that
about
you're
it.
a stripper is enough. We know that that's a certain lifestyle. You don't need to talk about how
That's
many
all in
lines
the
of coke you
past.
might
Now
have
she
done.
has, like, this persona to,
you don't need to. And also, she's got a movie that they're filming at the moment, which actually sounds really fantastic. It's some sort of revenge movie for
We
strippers.
talked about it last week on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic, and it will probably go along with what it is that's coming out now about you and these men. But you just don't need to talk about every single thing that you did. As a stripper, everyone knows that that's a different lifestyle. And you don't need to go into everything for us to know that some things you're going to be proud
I
of and
feel
some things
bad
not.
for these strippers, I guess, because back in the day, or more
Yeah.
like into recently, strippers were always looked upon as nasty, dirty, low life,
that's true.
skanks, or women with like 5 baby
Prostitutes or
daddies. You know what I'm
whatever.
saying? Right.
Yeah.
But in reality, and I'm gonna be very truthful.
Yeah.
So I love to watch. Let's say the cabaret, and I love to
Yes.
watch what are the ones that are called the dancers?
If you want to
that-
see them,
Burlesque?
go to the box,
The
darling. The
bur-
box,
right.
the box, New York. The box,
Right,
New
no,
York.
or the burlesque as well, because
Yeah.
I have a couple. I want so they are based. So the
They're
only thing they
amazing.
have is
Magic
they have tassels right here,
They're
just
amazing.
on, but it's just holding their
Nipple.
areola area.
Yeah.
But they do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
They're dancing. They're on the floor. They're as a stripper would be.
Yeah.
You understand? So the only thing that's covering is the nipples, but their whole boobs are out.
Yeah.
So what is exactly? Well, because the music is different, and they're not twerking to hip hop music. So now they're a higher class.
No,
kind of a stripper.
No,
Like,
I think the whole thing with burlesque, because I think it's related also to sort of the lifestyle in France in olden
Art.
days, whatever. So it's seen more of an artistic.
But that's what I'm
thing.
saying. So
But-
people, there's that misconception.
Yes, but also if you are like you and I have seen, and I've seen several times,
Lap
when you
dances.
go and see some of these strippers, first of all, just the strength that they have
Of
in their
course,
bodies.
you
is
have to give it
phenomenal.
props. So all my stripper friends, I give you
I
props.
don't hate.
Yeah.
And if I knew then what I know now, I
Right.
probably would have been a stripper too.
If I could have done what they can do,
Yeah.
I would have.
If I could do now half of what they can do, I'd do something.
So it's a different lifestyle. You know that. Anyone that works in any sort of clubs at nighttime, there's a different type of life, and you know that that's the case. You don't need to talk about every single sordid thing that you did, because you're going to have people that are going to look at you and go, "Are you kidding me?" Because at the end of the day, now people are equating what you have said that you did to like a Bill Cosby, who clearly, as we know, is
Yeah.
in jail for drugging women and having sex with
Well,
them.
let's just hope that's not the case. Though.
Well, it shouldn't be a double standard, but if people do come forward and they
Yeah.
have any kind of story
Revelation?
or revelation of what
Yeah.
happened, like
Yeah.
now that she's come out, maybe someone would be like, you know what, I was with her and I don't remember the night that we were.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
That's
People
it.
people
You gotta
will
watch
just come
what
out
you
of
say.
the woodwork now and be like,
Exactly.
oh, it happened to me, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna, no matter whether you did it or not to
Yeah.
that person,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to go through a whole thing with the tabloids, with the
Yes.
news, with court.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to trial.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that. It's your word against somebody else's,
That's
but
right.
you don't want to even put it out there for somebody to
Just
speculate.
some things you can put a cap
Some
on.
things just leave it.
We know you're real. We know that you are.
She's like,
very open.
ow.
Yeah.
He be all up in my, you know what? Because I'm Cardi B.
Cardi Chrissy.
Chrissy B.
Chrissy B. I like that even better.
Chrissy D.
So I just want to end because I feel like we're taking up the whole segment chatting away and we can talk for hours. But just the last thing, I want to talk about a little bit about this whole college scandal. And recently Dr. Dre put a post on Instagram.
Yes, my daughter is smart. She got in there. I don't know what you're talking about. She got there legit.
Bless Dr. Dre.
With your
you know,
donation.
he's very fortunate. Him and Jimmy Iovine, they're very, very fortunate to have the money to be able to donate, to have a wing or whatever built and named after them at USC, I think it is. But really, you can't see that your donation is going to have some sort of beneficial effect on your children if they want to go to that school. So, I mean, it was
Why didn't he
rather
even say
silly.
anything?
Yeah, because he was very proud, and I get it, but it's just not within the light of he didn't think it through. He was just boasting.
Few people did that.
Nobody.
Yeah, he was boasting.
So you just kind of put yourself out there and just gave yourself more problems that you probably already
For no
did.
reason. But
Yeah.
your daughter, I mean, I'm sure she did it of her own accord as well, and she should feel very proud about
Of
it.
course.
But now that's kind of being stripped away because you didn't think about, yeah, I gave some money to this school. It wasn't just like a $10 donation. It was a lot of money.
Yeah. That's like church, you know. It's like
Yeah.
you give up the big donation church. It's like you'll be the first one to walk the aisle. I don't know, you know.
I just
don't
can't believe.
know.
You know what I find really crazy, really quick and very quick? The whole thing with that college crap. This
Yes.
one girl, not one of the celebrities' kids, but this one girl, she'd never played soccer in her whole life.
Oh my
and they
gosh.
had her on the bench the first year in the roster, but
Yes.
not playing.
Oh, that's the worst.
How do you go from never taking one lesson
Yeah.
in soccer to being on? They were like the number 2 team in the country.
Honey?
And,
Money
it's,
talks.
and they never even put, but I just find that amazing. Like, how are these people like, I've heard of her, I've heard of her.
Yeah.
Who's this girl?
Exactly. Like, oh, but my
Not
mom
one
and dad are blah, blah,
stitch
blah.
of, I just
Yeah.
couldn't believe that.
Well, and that was
Anyway,
spill the tea.
I
That
couldn't
was
believe it.
definitely, we spilled a little bit of tea, and now I think we
Spilled
want to
it.
talk about some fabulous,
Well, we're gonna go into commercial.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go into commercial, and when we come back, we're gonna go to the fun Did You Know facts that I know a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know that. So when we come back, we'll go straight into Did You Know?
Did you know? Ooh, did you
Me llaman Dan Pablo y hace más de 20 años me enamoré de una colombiana. Viajé a su país y conocí un estilo de café muy distinto, muy especial. Ahora tostamos cafés excelentes, con alturas y microclimas diferentes, resultado en una taza muy compleja y muy rica, un sabor nuevo en el mundo. Fue un éxito. And I even got to keep the girl.
Did you know, after a person's death, the brain works for almost 7 minutes where it remembers the events happened in his or her life? And did you know that the world's smallest poisonous frog is less than a centimeter long and its skin is 200 times more toxic than morphine? And did you know that chewing gum while peeling onions will keep you from crying? And did you know that your foot and your forearm are the same length? And there you have it. Did you know?
took another picture.
So,
Did you know?
Did you know? Did you know any of that? But did
Oh
you?
my God, I didn't know.
But did you also know?
Yeah.
And did you hear? Well, I'm trying to do this segment. How my bitchy little bird, my parrot, just decided to put her 2 cents in.
She's got a lot to say.
You know, so this what happens. These are the things that you give up when you give up your recording booth that you usually do these things in. Now I don't have a recording booth per se, so I have like this little corner that I have like the microphone booth, but obviously it's not enough to keep her freaking wailing mouth from.
She's loud. She is a loud
She's
one.
commenting on what she's hearing.
Uh-huh.
These interesting facts.
You said, did you know? She went, no.
She did it. I couldn't even, by that time I couldn't stop and do it all over again. She was still screaming. I was just like, you know what? Have your glory right now. Have your little glory. No worries. So.
It's the beauty of DIY, people. This is the beauty of DIY. We sit at home or in our studios or whatever, coming up with ideas, recording our ideas, trying to learn about how to record
For you guys,
ideas.
it's all for you. Because we
No,
just
we
want to
love
entertain
it.
you.
We love it. We love it. But we do have something else we do want to talk about. I think you've got a friend who's got some fabulous hairstyling techniques that we want to discuss.
Yeah, we also, we were going to read some Facebook comments, but
We were?
it's not like so many people, are interested in leaving Hi from Grandma. And
And
I don't have my glasses. And Tiana.
yeah.
We have Richie Padone. Woo, honey.
Hi,
We
Rudy.
love you too. Rudy,
says he likes my
thank
teapot.
you.
Rudy Room.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
And Fabian, now Fabian tunes in. You know, we already talked about you in the beginning. We're not going to talk about you again. You're going to have to watch the show again, and then you see what was talked about. But we love you. But, no, it was interesting to see this, it's a social media guy on Instagram. He's not really a friend.
Okay.
I mean, we are friends socially.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, this barber, the way he does his haircut. So can we show a clip of that? How amazing was that?
Amazing.
Fabian, you need to hit
Fabian,
him up.
we need to get you on his show.
I bet you an appointment like that costs a lot of money, though.
Well, you know, funny should be that he just had they just feature him on TMZ.
Okay.
With some artist, I forgot the rapper's name. He won a bet or he lost a bet about something. He was gonna do something crazy, and I think he also came upon, I don't know, something where he was featured now on TMZ. So now he's more,
Everybody wants
That
to
is
use him.
artistry.
Yes,
at its
absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh my
I love the
goodness
Bob
me.
Marley one. I mean, how do you even get in there with the dreads already and then like shave the rest around?
Well, I think I think those are like after, like he puts them on, you know, like the hair and all that, like he just like adorns them.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't think it's someone
Like
that came in with their
No,
head of
no.
red and whatever?
I think I think because you've seen some of the hair, like obviously that's not some of the people's hair. So if you want a Madonna, you know,
Yeah.
he'll get some hair, some
And then
blonde hair,
glue.
he'll glue it on and just kinds of,
Oh
you know.
my goodness!
So,
I
but
need
that
to
is-
know how he does all of this.
That's now Fabian can now he knows where to donate the hair that he was, you know, so willingly ready to cut off.
We're gonna. So his
Haters.
name is on Instagram. I think is Rob the Original.
Okay.
So we definitely have to. Everybody should check him out because
find
all
him.
his videos and I guess now that he's getting more clout and more,
Yeah.
he's coming with more outrageous stuff. So I just thought this was just amazing.
pretty cool.
You know. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
Very
I
interesting. I've never
love
seen
that.
anything like it.
I love that. I love
But
that.
if my kid came home from school one day and said he wanted that, I'd probably slap him.
Really?
I don't know that. I mean,
Not for school. If you're going to school, you probably shouldn't have
I
hair
mean,
like
but,
that 'cause
you
it's
know-
too distracting.
well, that's what I was gonna say. When I was younger, it's like anything that you know would get attention. Like your parents would be like, "No, you don't need to be a distraction," or "You don't need to." Even just making jokes in class got me in trouble. Like, let alone having Bob Marley hanging out my head. Or Cardi B.
You definitely have to be an artistic, you know.
You're probably going around
environment.
school all day.
Oh,
Oh, grr, oh, grr.
Hey,
The teacher be like, "Oh, grr, go to detention."
Listen, she's trying to actually
She wants to copyright the oh, grr.
I think she should. That's very smart.
Did
Who's
she
gonna say
start
that?
But
Who's
did
gonna
she
say that
start?
besides her?
Everyone is saying it.
Did she start
I
it
hear a lot
really?
of
But it's a trend, so what? If I
Yeah.
say it, I'm gonna get sued because I'm saying
Yeah,
it?
baby.
So because Paris Hilton said that's hot.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. So okay. So one of the questions. This is our next segment now. I'm sorry. We are segueing into segments, and we actually had a question from a viewer, which I'd like to read out for everyone here.
Yes,
and I think
love
it's interesting for all of us to kind of think about as well. So this is Mike from Kentucky. I can't pronounce the name of the place, but I know it's in Kentucky.
And I can help you.
Okay, I know, yeah, exactly. Sorry, and I also don't have my glasses on, so from now on I will be bringing my glasses so I can read it correctly. But I did read this letter before. So he wants to know, aside from doing what you're now doing, ladies, what would be the alternative career that you would choose? And does it have to happen in New York? Signed, Mike, blah, 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 Kentucky.
Wow, I'm not going first. That's like such an intellectual question.
No, but I mean, like,
I never thought that was
what
gonna be
would
asked
you,
that.
What would you have done? What would have been your alternative job? Like, what other job would you do? Because I mean, I don't know what he does. He didn't say.
Okay,
anything about
well,
what
if
he
you
does.
really must know, let me dig in back to where, okay. So, I always say this, I don't know, ever since I was 14 years old, I've been working all my life till I was pregnant 5 months with my son. So, and then after that, it was, but when I went to college and I got a degree, an associate's degree with like a social science, applied science, the way my diploma says it. But then I went into John Jay College, and I was studying forensic science.
Forensic science. You were going to be
Wow.
a scientist.
Well, it was more
Criminal,
criminal
forensics.
justice. John Jay is the
Like
criminal
CSI?
justice.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you ever see the Bone Collector?
Yes. OMG. Are you serious?
Yes. But my problem was once again, that ADD kicked in, and I couldn't focus. I would be looking at the time and then I said, wait a second. If I'm in school, I'm supposed to be so interested in what I'm doing and love it that I shouldn't be worrying about when is it time to leave.
Yeah.
But also, it was a time where I was helping my mom a lot. It was just basically me and her raising three young boys, and I went to school in the city. So just to think, I have to leave, then I have to take a commute back into Brooklyn, then I have to go. I think there was just a lot of stuff in my mind that wouldn't let me focus, But listen, if I did, it would have taken me to another path or another that I wouldn't be where I'm here with you guys. So I left mid. I don't even know where what happens now if I wanted to go back. Do I
No,
pick
but-
up from where I
No, you're
where I
doing
left
what you're
off?
supposed to be doing. What about you, Chrissy?
Well, if it wasn't going to be an entertainment, because I mean, I'm not a Broadway star, but I definitely would have loved to have been.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an art teacher.
Oh,
I
it's
went
never
to
too late.
school. I went to school for liberal arts, but I majored in fine art my first year, and also in drama. And I just really kind of didn't know what I wanted to do. I just was all over the place. I've had so many different interests. I love to speak. I took oral communications. I didn't know if I should do something with speaking in front of people, but I just loved art so much from when I was little. I always wanted to be an artist.
So that's a consistent thing for you, because you say you love art, so you still paint
Yeah.
and draw
Well,
and everything now.
your first project is to make us wine glasses that say "Could Be UTV" on them. And
Oh,
this is the
I
ones that we're
absolutely
gonna-
will.
Yes, that's
I
gonna be our
wanted
first
to do
project,
my
our
own paint. I wanted to do my own paint nights. I wanted to start a wine glass
So we
painting
can
company.
do that. We can still do that.
It's just time. You know what I mean?
You know what? You
I
run out of
just-
time when you're dead.
It's true. It's true.
Right?
I do it for fun. I still do it. I'm so happy to be where I am now as far as my living situation, because I have a space in the backyard now. When it gets nice out, I want to sit outside and paint again.
Do
and
a paint party.
a lot of-
paint party,
We'll bring cameras. Do a paint
I've done that.
party.
I've painted
Or
live.
you can come over to my
models.
backyard when I lay out in the sun by the pool, and I'm just taking, and then you can,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And-
I'm not
and-
as good as I used to be. I'm not as creative
With
as I
that being
once was
said, let me
either,
give a
but-
quick shout out to Nancy Rouse. She
Artist
is,
extraordinaire.
Yes, she is pending. She's waiting for some pics that she needs because she's gonna start doing a drawing of me. So that's new and scary to me, but thank you. And as soon as I'm
Caricature.
ready, I will get those pictures to
You
you.
see how she went ready?
As soon as
We
I'm
know what that
ready,
means.
I'll be ready for you. But
My journey. Thank you for asking, Mr. Whatever it is. Basically, I
Worse than
was
me.
trying to be sensible and not go into something which came very natural to me, which was singing or acting. So I decided I was going to go and study design.
okay.
So initially, going from school, I kind of went. 3D design was the course at school. Then went to college to study more product design. So making things like clocks and chairs and tables, and I loved it.
Wow, that's interesting.
Then it came time to actually choosing a university. And I thought, you know what I do love from just doing the 2-year course that I did, I loved making jewelry. So I thought, okay,
Oh, that's
I'm going
awesome.
to specialize in jewelry design, applied to universities and everything. And then the voice in my head said, what the heck are you doing? Can you really spend the rest of your life in overalls and short nails and glasses on while you're there at your
Well,
at your desk or
yeah,
whatever?
because nowadays, funny that you should say that, because when I went to high school, I chose not to go to my zone school, which was not, I just chose not to go, wasn't a good thing to do. So I went to this high school called Fashion Industries.
Yeah.
Okay, so which is like the high school to the FIT. So I don't know, I took up fashion design.
I was
wanna be a
almost a
fashion-
court officer.
Well, I want to be a fashion designer, so here we are, and we will actually sew our own clothes. Like we make our own clothes, and we would do fashion shows that we will model our own clothes. You know, but if okay, so obviously I didn't continue because I failed a sewing class, so I knew that wasn't my
I almost
and I
didn't
had,
graduate.
and I had to go to summer school in the city for one class that I failed because I did a stitch backwards that wasn't right. So anyway, but if I knew then what I know now, I would have taken up jewelry design, and I would have been one of those jewelry people with the diamonds and selling jewelry to the stars, and I would have had probably that business. I always thought of that. I should have taken jewelry design.
Well, my calling was not to be a jewelry designer. My calling was to go to drama school, go to one of the top 5 drama schools in England, and come out and work consistently for the BBC, West End, etc., etc.
And
That was my
be
calling.
as the world turns.
I've come here to America and continue my quest to be on stage and film or whatever. That's basically what I was meant to do. I was not meant to. I love jewelry. We wear it, I buy it, I break it, whatever it is. But I wasn't meant to be.
I
with
lose
the
it.
pliers. Yeah, I lose it. This one earring.
My earring just fell out. If you didn't notice, it's on the floor.
This one's fallen out like 3 times already. I don't care. Clip it back on because luckily it's whatever. But it's interesting. It's about having the courage to listen to the voice in your head and know that when you don't listen to the voice in your head, you kind of can steer yourself wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So if the voice is saying, don't do it, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, the
If
voice told me not to have a gun.
Oh, wait, what?
I almost became a cop.
Oh, wow.
I took the test.
Oh my God. How many jobs have you how many careers rather have you almost
Oh, I've
had?
been through the ringer, girl. I've had a lot of careers, a lot of jobs. I've been on my own a long time too, so I've just been working for a long time, like paying my own way.
But that's a different topic. The topic of your career is a very different thing. Like, what was your heart's desire?
Well, my heart's desire was not to be a cop.
Okay.
I did not see myself
How
in
did
that.
How did it even enter your head? Oh, let me go.
Well, I come from a family of
cops, right.
Your dad's
cops,
a cop,
and well, he was, my uncles, brothers, cousins. I mean, I just have a lot of friends and family, and I always just thought it's a good job. They pay good pension. They've got great benefits. I mean, you think about
you connect
being
with the
taken
Perdone
care
over
of
here
after-
20 years later, and he's like living the life.
That's what I mean. You get a lot of perks after being on the. What was it like? Court officer is different than a regular cop. Okay. You kind of go in 9 to 5 and you stand in a courtroom, and that's pretty much it.
I think I took that test once. I guess I didn't do good because I never got called back.
Would that have fulfilled you think?
No.
There you
No.
go.
It was not meant for me.
Listen to your inner voice.
Listen to the
yeah. So thanks,
well,
Mike,
look
for
at this
asking
time.
us.
Why?
I know, I'm seeing the clock and it's like already time to go. I think we're gonna try and give them some nice words of wisdom to sort of turn off.
that's what we're all about. We're
You didn't want to do my Would You Rather?
Oh, darling, it's
darling,
the time. That's what we can talk.
We need more time. We need more time than.
We need a 2-hour show.
I have a good one. How about one of them?
You go, girl.
Because I couldn't wait to ask you guys
Okay.
this. Okay. Would you rather mistakenly send nudes to your boss or your parents?
Well, my parents are both dead.
right.
So
Okay, well, if they were still...
if they were still alive,
with my parents.
My parents, of course, they've seen me. They've seen me naked.
Oh, it's
They
like,
know
oh,
everybody.
sorry.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more.
Okay.
Would you rather have a personal chef or a masseuse for the rest of your life?
Personal chef.
Personal chef. Absolutely.
Really? I'd take the masseuse.
Really?
I'll take the personal.
personal chef.
The
Yeah.
chef.
'Cause I
Definitely.
I'm not a fan
have
of
eating.
cooking.
We have eating issues at home. Everybody eats something different. I have to cook like 5 different meals, and and sometimes I don't cook at all. And
Yes.
Especially on Tuesdays, guys. My family.
And I guess that's what
don't.
a masseuse is, a husband. That's what a husband's
Yes.
for.
No, not even necessarily. You go to the massage parlor, darling. The proper ones, not the ones that they.
You could also go to a restaurant.
Go what?
You could also go to a restaurant.
I don't want to always go out every
Restaurant?
night. I don't need a massage.
Who has the happy ending at a restaurant?
But, I think we'll end on that one.
All right. See, there you go.
But anyway,
could use
thank
it.
you so much. We're gonna be leaving the show from now on. I feel like because us girls, we love, this is what we do and all that, and we also have inspirational thoughts, and we always like to be motivated. So we're gonna leave you all with a nice motivational, inspirational little video. He's amazing. I think everybody should. I think his name is Trent Shelton. He's amazing at his speeches. He speaks from the heart, and I just love the way that he speaks. So
Shout out to Wap Garcia, who's on the Jay Garcia show.
yeah,
here.
Wap,
Show
everybody that tuned in, thank you, Jason, D. Garcia, Richie, Rudy, thank you, Sue, David, Fabian,
That's going on.
Grandma.
I got a ton of
Tiana.
people on my line too, but I just, we don't have all day.
Okay,
We
well,
don't have all day.
thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the support, and we're definitely gonna see you next time, same place, same time. And
Keep your comments coming. We'll read them out next
Yes.
show.
absolutely. So everyone, have a good night, and thank you. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Los amos, mi gente.
Mi gente! Bring, 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 bring.
Traveling the world has taught me a lot. It makes me realize that I haven't been to certain places, and when I get to these places like Cape Town, where I'm at right now, it makes me realize that there's things in my life I haven't explored yet. There's places in my life that I haven't been yet. And every time I come to a new place, it grows my life. It progresses my life. It changes my mindset. It gives me ideas. It sparks my creativity. And just like traveling the world, man, how about we travel our own lives? There's places in our lives that we haven't been yet. There's places physically we haven't been yet. There's places mentally we haven't been yet. There's places spiritually we haven't been yet. And it could be because of fear, because of judgment, because of all these things. But I promise you, just like traveling the world will bring new experiences to your life, traveling your own self, traveling your mind, traveling your heart, traveling your spirit, traveling your physical body will bring growth to your life. It's time for you to go to new levels by diving deeper. It's time for you to conquer your struggle, right? By diving deeper. There's more inside you. There's more greatness inside you.